An offer isn't just the contract. There are usually several additional documents attached. Hey everyone, I'm John Barzak, a realtor with Integrity Real Estate, and this is Maryland Real Estate with John, where we break down the home buying and home selling process step by step. In the previous videos in this series, we walked through the Maryland Realtors Residential Contract of Sale, paragraph by paragraph. But in most transactions, the contract itself is accompanied by several addenda and supporting documents that expand on the terms of the contract. In this video, we'll take a look at the most common addenda and attachments in Maryland. Let's jump in. First, it's helpful to understand the difference between addenda and amendments. An addendum is a document that is attached to the contract at the time the offer is submitted. It expands on the terms of the contract and becomes part of the agreement if the offer is accepted. An amendment, on the other hand, is a change made after the contract has already been accepted. For example, if the buyer and seller later agree to extend the settlement date or negotiate repairs after an inspection, that change would usually be documented using an amendment. Some addenda are typically provided by the listing agent when the property is listed. These disclosures help buyers understand important details about the property before submitting an offer. Examples can include the Maryland Residential Property Disclosure or Disclaimer Statement, lead-based paint disclosures for homes built before 1978, HOA or condominium resale documents, local city or county disclosures, solar panel disclosures, and tenant occupancy disclosures. When buyers prepare an offer, these documents are usually signed by the buyer and included as part of the overall contract package. As we discussed earlier in the contract walkthrough, the financing section of the contract usually requires a financing addendum that matches the buyer's loan type. Common financing addenda include the Conventional Financing Addendum, FHA Financing Addendum, VA Financing Addendum, or the USDA Financing Addendum. These documents outline the loan terms, financing deadlines, and any special requirements associated with that loan program. One of the most common addenda is the Property Inspection Addendum. This addendum gives the buyer the right to hire qualified inspectors to evaluate the property's condition. Inspections may include things like structural and mechanical systems, roof and foundation, radon testing, mold testing, chimney inspections, and wood-destroying insects. If the inspection reveals issues, the buyer may negotiate repairs or credits with the seller during the inspection contingency period. Certain properties may require additional addenda depending on their characteristics. Examples include HOA or condominium resale addenda, on-site septic system inspections, water quality testing for well systems, water yield tests for wells, and conservation easement disclosures. These addenda ensure that buyers receive the necessary information about the property before settlement. Some addenda are used by buyers to structure or strengthen their offer. For example, a purchase price escalation addendum allows a buyer to automatically increase their offer price if competing offers are received. A seller contribution addendum may request that the seller help cover a portion of the buyer's closing costs. Another example is the sale of other real estate addendum, which allows the buyer to make the purchase contingent on selling their current home. These types of addenda help customize the terms of the offer to fit the buyer's needs and the market conditions. In addition to the contract and addenda, buyers often include several supporting documents when submitting an offer. These attachments help demonstrate the buyer's financial ability to complete the purchase. Common attachments include a lender pre-approval letter, proof of funds for down payment or cash purchases, a copy of the earnest money deposit check, or other documents requested by the listing agent. These materials help sellers evaluate the strength of an offer. When you put everything together, the full agreement between the buyer and seller typically includes the sales contract, all addenda attached to the contract, and any amendments made after acceptance. Together, these documents form the complete legal agreement between the parties. Thanks for watching. That wraps up our walkthrough of the Maryland Realtors Residential Contract of Sale and the most common addenda that accompany it. Every part of the home buying and home selling process is laid out step by step in my Home Buyers and Home Sellers Handbooks. If you'd like a copy, head over to johnbarzak.com, go to the contact section and message me for a free PDF of the handbook. I'm happy to send it your way. Check my channel for my home buying and home selling series and for more answers to common real estate questions. And if you're planning to buy or sell in Maryland, especially in or around Harford County, I'd love to help. Don't forget to subscribe for more real estate insights, and have a great day.